Um, so my name is Tobie, and I've been experiencing fibroids since 2009. I was diagnosed with multiple fibroids in 2009 when I had a miscarriage. And I was losing so much blood, however. But at the time, the fibroids was small. So I just felt like, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about them. I'm just gonna keep an eye on them. But as time went by, they have gotten worse, and to now to this point where I had to, do something about it. So when it started getting worse, I started reaching out to different people trying to get information about it. I tried so many different things. They say try natural stuff, try this, stop eating that, and it didn't work. So then I said, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and start reaching out to, some facilities and find out what I could do about it because I got very, very sick. Whereas in I turned into a real bad anemic. I had real bad anemic. It was bothering me with my everyday lifestyle, whereas in I couldn't get up and go to work. Every other day I was calling out of work. So I knew that it was time to do something about it. And I went to a couple other doctors that practice, work with fibroids, multiple fibroids. The outcome of it, I wasn't very happy of and what they were trying to tell me what I needed to do, which was have a full hysterectomy from that, or the surgery process and how long I was going to be in the hospital. Breaking point was it started affecting with my mental state, whereas in my anxiety level was very high. Depressed. I was very depressed. I got into a depressed stage where I didn't want to be bothered with people. I was more to myself because of it wasn't more so off the pain, it was more the discomfort as being dizzy every day, weak and tired. Then the eating changed, my eating habit changed where, I couldn't eat and I started dropping weight and stuff on top of being stressed. So it that was just the most uncomfortable stage to be in, especially the depression and anxiety, the stress. Yes, so I had a partial hysterectomy, which I was super excited about because the other physicians were saying like for hysterectomy where I take everything out, and I wasn't too happy about that. And then I was more concerned about the recovery time of the surgery, whereas in being in the hospital, being on bed rest for 4 weeks versus how CIGC does it, where you're only on, in it's an in and out thing surgery, which, and I like the fact that they said, hey, you're gonna have a partial, we're only gonna take out certain things and you're gonna be fine. And you're not gonna go through menopause, early menopause. I was more worried about that. So surgery process was it was very easy to me. I did experience some things that kind of scared me a little bit, but it wasn't extreme. It's just a normal situation where people are going to feel things are out. This is not what's supposed to happen. You think that it's not supposed to happen, but it's normal. So, going through the process after the surgery, after coming out of the surgery room, going home, I was on bed rest for 2 days, which I felt discomfort. It wasn't more extreme, like painfully hurting real bad. It was more like cramping to me. I had a lot of cramping, and it just soreness. It felt like I did 100 sit-ups. That's the pain that I felt. If you ever did sit-ups, it felt like I did 100 sit-ups and it was just sore. But as the days went by, and believe it or not, I didn't take any pain medication while I was going through recovery. I felt like if I needed it, then I would have took it. But I felt like it was a comfortable pain that it wasn't extreme, It wasn't extreme, like, oh, I'm hurting real bad. It was more something that you can deal with. I feel like if you're able to deal with the long process of having a fibroids, then you're able to deal with the discomfort, soft pain that you have after the surgery. So the recovery time, only thing that I did experience was one day I did get real hot, and I don't know if um it had anything to do with the fibroids. I had a temperature. It was a short temperature, but within that same day, my temperature went back to normal. And then it didn't happen again after that. But that was the only thing, which I called the emergency number, the doctor on duty. And he asked me, all the symptoms, and he asked me all the symptoms, and he said, well, perfectly fine. As long as it went down, then that's fine. But if it go back up, we're going to tell you what to do. But it didn't go back up. So now it's just the process of, dealing with still not able to take a bath. I want to take a bath. I still have a little bit soreness, which is probably going to be there for another 2 weeks, because it's the inside of your stomach, but it's still sore there. But I'm able to sleep well, no longer sleeping on my back. I'm able to sleep on my side, move around somewhat on my stomach a little bit. But other than that, still recovering. That's the most enjoyable thing that I do like about this. I lost 15 pounds. Huge. That one was a 10-pound baby size. So that's how huge they were. So when they did the surgery, they were bigger than what they actually seen on the ultrasound when they took them out. So I had 15, and he said that the uterus size was not a uterus size as a normal uterus size. I was 3 times bigger than a normal uterus size. So funny, I went and got on a scale before my surgery. The day before my surgery, I was weighing 192. When I came home after my surgery, 2 days after the surgery, I got on the scale and I was weighing 177. Station will be, get to it as soon as possible. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't say it's not bothering you. If you found out that you have multiple fibroids, do something about it. Whereas you don't have to have a hysterectomy. They can just, go in and remove those fibroids out. The later you wait, the worse the situation gets. And I just feel like it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse, which lead you to a lot of health issues. And if you can stop that before it happened, then try to get it taken care of as soon as possible, because that's what I did. I thought it was nothing. And like I said, that was 2009. They were small. And I'm like, oh, they ain't nothing. They ain't bothering me. And literally, believe me or not, this year was the first year that my fibroids started bothering me. But it was bothering me, with periods, but not like mentally, physically, it wasn't bothering me, so I waited so long, and I had to go through all that stress and pain and, just because I didn't want to take care of it in the beginning. So that's my advice to them. Don't wait too late, where it get worse. And then, yeah. Like my experience with CIGC was beautiful. Every bit of it was really, really professional to me, because just the contact, with the callbacks, the consultation, with the doctor. I can't think his last name, but Dr. Paul, best doctors out there. He made me feel very, very comfortable. When I walked in the first day I met him, I felt I could put my life in his hand. Some people don't feel that, they have to, take a while before they get comfortable. But when I walked in and he came in there and, he was just straightforward and he didn't leave anything out. And I like that about him. And he pretty much knew what he was talking about. It was things that I didn't have to say. He just, told me exactly what it was. I'm like, how you experiencing it? The staff in there is wonderful. The different coaching, you get to work with different people, like coaching you through this process. The different nurses, the people that you talk to, setting up the appointments, the people who set you up for, like, if you have to fill out your paperwork for being out of work. Even coming in here and just getting prepared for my procedure, the comfortability, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. And I'm not like, I'm about that. I like for me to feel comfortable. If I don't feel comfortable, I will turn around. And it's so ironic. I chose this place in the beginning, but I went somewhere else and then I brought myself right back because it was something there. And I felt like this was the place. So the overall of CIGC is perfect, and I recommend anyone to go there. And if they have any questions, I'm willing to help them and walk them through the process as well and let them know, listen, it's no need to be scared. They have you.